To all the ladies in the place with style and grace, allow me to lace these lyrical douches into mushes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode number 14. This is your host Vignesh.
And this is your co-host Shivank. You can see that I have a couple of stuff around me because there's a change of setup today. I am in Malaysia, so I traveled
That's
for
what.
2 weeks in Malaysia, and Vignesh is in Dubai right now. So we're trying to do
Yeah,
for the first time ever. We're trying to do the what do you call this? Like
global
diffuse
podcast.
global podcast. Okay, this is the guy here. So it's kind of like a
Because
global podcast.
I was just going to say the same thing as well. Shivank is in Malaysia and I'm in Dubai. I just got my wisdom tooth extracted yesterday evening. So if I'm going through this pain for this podcast, you guys should know how much this podcast means to me. So that is one. And two, just want to congratulate both Shivank and myself because we put out a clip about, I think 3 days ago. So to give you guys context, if you guys see our previous episode, we said, hey, we are into 20 subscribers now, good job or something like that. So now, things are moving, like it just shows that we're doing the right thing because now we're at 33 in just like in 3 days we got like 15 subscribers or something. So that was a good sign to show that we're on the right path. So congratulations, Shiv.
Yeah, bro. I think the shots are actually helping us pick it up. Because I
Hmm.
don't know about this one time which when mine picked up now, this is like out of nowhere, the second one picks up. So at least we're getting some, randomness coming in picture.
Yeah,
The
it's the
ones we
shots
think
and
will
the
make it.
content mainly. That is what's helping out the stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
So yeah.
before we start the podcast, guys, I just want to give you an introduction about today's podcast. So now, usually we talk about stuff we learned and what we know and how you guys can use it. But today is going to be a little bit different. We're just going to walk through an experience that we had. So about 2 weeks ago, we were actually part of an event. I don't know if you guys are into podcasting so much, you will know who Brian Rose is. But if you don't, I'm just going to give you an introduction about who he is. So, Brian Rose knows Joe Rogan and he's been part of Joe Rogan's podcast. He knows Priyanka Chopra, he knows David Goggins, he knows Kiyosaki, he knows who else? He knows Sadia Khan. So he knows a lot of elite podcasters or elite content creators that are putting their stuff out there. So he's one of them as well. He's been in the game for a long, long time. His channel was called London Real on YouTube, but it was taken down for censoring issues, which I don't want to get into. So yeah, we learned. We were part of his networking event because he came to Dubai, and we learned a lot. We also got validated with our processes a lot as well. So Shiv and I, we're just going to walk through our experience, our perspective of what the event was like, what we learned from the event, what we did right in the event that made us stand apart. So we're just going to walk through everything so you guys know, okay, if you guys get invited or you guys get to be part of an elite event where you see your A-listers coming in, you guys know exactly what to do and how you can, mingle with them. So, that's the thing. Since I got my wisdom to extracted, I'm going to start with Shiv. Shiv is going to walk
Yeah,
us through.
I knew. Because you're struggling a bit, right? I was like, okay, for the first time, this guy is struggling a bit.
Yes, sir, man. You
Let's
go
see
on, bro.
how you complete the podcast. But anyways, yeah, so fine, I'll take it from here. For me, okay, I'd like to give you guys a bit of a background of, how this got in picture. Because I didn't know Brian Rose. I didn't know, I had no clue about it. I think London Real was the name of the podcast, which Vignesh, I think, spoke about like to me, I think 3 years ago. And then, I mean, he mentioned a couple of stuff from there, which is like controversial in that sense of, how the stuff they used to put. Because they used to call themselves London Real. They want to show the real, what's happening in reality. And not everybody likes that. So in that sense, this whole event was supposed to be, um, this whole event is where people are advocates of Brian Rose, and these guys believe in his mission, believe in what he's trying to put forward to the world. So that this is that kind of event. Now, we got a lot of A-listed people coming in for the event because of his brand name, Brian Rose, and because in Dubai, this is one sort of event. Like this is, I think, this is the premiere of his movie, which is screened. So this is, I think, the first one was in London, and now it happened in Dubai. So that's the background of what was happening. I think I'll like to give the insight first before I give a background, because I think that will help people understand, what I am thinking, because my perception is a bit different than, what you might be doing. Because your was, what I noticed is yours are more detailed in terms of the, I don't know, the gift part and, all the other aspects which you played out. I didn't think of any of that because you have more stuff on that side. So I'll tell you my analysis of how I took something from the event. The first part is that, normally, um, when you see a product, okay, or a company, let's say you make this mug, okay, and this mug has a brand called Make It in Dubai. Now, if you're selling it, so you see have you seen that graph which shows that the adoption rate and then it goes down? There's a
Yeah.
it's called it's called a something like a curve, equivalent curve or something. I forgot the name. So in the curve, the early part, okay, the first part is the adoption. Like people who are early adopters, they just believe in what you're doing. Okay, they just believe, okay, make it to Dubai. Okay, shit, you know what? I love this the way they talk. I'll just buy a mug. The one people after that are basically sitting in the middle. They're 50-50. Like they're like, okay, I can buy, I can't buy, but since these early adopters are saying is good, I might as well buy it. And then there are the laggers who basically the whole world is buying, making it to buy mugs, and then they come in to buy it. What I realized is that like Apple works this way as well. Like Apple actually has like early adopters who just have a queue in the Dubai mall when they have the iPhone. They're the early adopters. Then comes people like us who see, okay, reviews are fine, we buy it, and then the late baby boomers come in, or whoever comes in to buy the product. Now in this case, if you make brand rose as a product, okay, in the room they're sitting early adopters, and his movie, okay, his movie was the mission he's putting forward. Now imagine this. I have a bit of a cold, yeah. I'm just giving you guys a background, so I'm slow as well. So Vignesh is fucked. I'm also fucked in my own ways. So this
So we
today is
both are fucked equally, but we're still trying to make this podcast now.
because I can see I can't breathe properly now. I'm like fuck, okay. But anyways, yeah, coming back. So Brian Rose is basically the product in this case, and the early adopters is us, who's part of the event where this movie is getting screened. Now this movie is about the purpose or the mission he's going for. So imagine early adopters seeing his mission, being in that same room, the amount of empowerment he's getting in the same room. He's putting it out over there. Now this people, he's leveraging basically people who have media, who have code, who have whatever they can spread his message, distribute everything. That is something which is fascinating. I understood from him because his business is not a company, it's not a product. He is the product. How do you leverage that? So when you see from that lens, this is something very interesting he did. He made sure all of his early adopters, like early people who believe in him, are closer with the same mission in a form of a movie which is entertaining. So when you have to make a company believe in your vision, you have to the CEO has a talk and you do all that. He did the same thing without us knowing that we are the early adopters, we are the employees, in that sense. So that is what something that was the first take I got from this whole piece. And now even the fact we're talking about this podcast now, like Brian Rose, that's again the leverage, and we mentioned the same thing about this is happening. We now been mentioning about the censorship or whatever. This is what exactly he wanted, is what I'm trying to say. He is a product, we are the early adopters, and we're pushing this out right now. That's one of the things which I picked it from this event. So apart from that, the two more major learnings I had, there's one where I realized that when he's showing his whole screening or when he's meeting people, I saw a guy coming towards him. That guy took his phone up, like when we take selfie. He was talking in the selfie. Because it's a video, it's not a selfie per se. So he's talking something, Brandon is saying something, and then both of them are talking, and the video is recording. That is one shot, okay. Second shot is Brian Rose. He keeps recording whatever he wants to say on the phone. He just pick it up, post it out. That is something which we need to develop. Okay, we're not. It needs. It feels very easy, but it's something else to get out of your comfort zone and do that piece. Which is I'm trying to develop it. Like I'm trying to actually get in the zone where I'll start doing it. And I want to do it because what's happening is I realize that when he puts it out, normally there's a lag of thoughts. Let's say now if I feel something, I can just record and pull it up. But what happens when you do something like this, we have to condense our thought and then just pull it out. And so what happens in this part versus the other version is that the social media works in a different way. The more content, the more things you spin in, it clicks and it spreads your message. You don't have to be so precise because you don't know what works or what doesn't. After a long period of time of 5 years, or I know, like 6 years, when you have, let's say, thousands of videos posted, you know what works, what doesn't. So this is where I felt that, okay, fuck, we are lagging. We feel focus so much on improvising things, which can be done, which is good. But then I'm saying that these guys don't give a fuck. They like record, put it out, record, put it out, record, put it out. People shit on it, let them shit on it. I don't give a fuck. I'll just keep putting whatever I'm learning. That's it. We already know this, but now to see it in action by someone who already has certain level of fame, to still not give a fuck and keep doing it is what something fascinating I realized. The other part I realized is the guy who's taking a selfie and talking to brandos and doing it, we should have also done that. Because taking a picture, fucking everybody takes a picture. So now I realize the new form of autograph is you take a video and you talk about something and that guy says something. That is the new autograph. Because when you say something and if he gets mind fucked, you look at his reaction, people will be like, this guy fucked his mind. If you can get something like that, that's the fucking autograph because you'll also ride the tide, like that. So we have this kind of leverage in the new world, but because we still stuck, just take a picture of me. We should change that mindset. These events, especially made for stuff like this. Now that guy has a content piece over there. If he wants to sell something, he can just put the video out on his website. Testimonial. Brian Rose is saying, what my mission is fucking lit. You know, something of the sort. Because that is an asset. We have to collect asset like these. That was the second point which I had in my mind, and then third point from my list was about we can't have all eggs in one basket because that's the whole piece he spoke about censorship. Like he mentioned that he can't just focus on YouTube. He can't just focus on TikTok because you don't know when the policies come in and your videos can go away. So he said you want to have ownership. Now this, I think he is playing the game in one way. There's another way where people are playing a game. Okay, I'll just try to connect these two pieces. One piece is where I saw these guys running the hustle, like Sampar and Shanpuri. They used to have the hustle. Now that's the email only newsletter. When I dug deep on that part, like long ago, they mentioned that emails is something which always stays with the person. I mean, at least in the age we are in. Like, the social media channels can keep changing, but your email ID is always required to sign up anyway. So the moment you get access to the email, none of these social media guys can fuck you over. At least that's a certain level of security you get because email part is still there. Now that the idea for with them was that uh, we don't let the algorithm changes affect us. We just send them the email. People read the content and they understand it. What Brian Rose is saying is that he has his own website where he hosts a video so he can control what people see and watch. And this will be on the blockchain where there will be a lot of incentive and no one can touch because it will be like people get incentive for staying on that platform as well. Or it's its own unique space and you can have you can have like you own that piece of video when you put out unless apart from the YouTube part. So I think there's a hybrid version which is possible, like how emails got in this picture and the own platform got in this picture. I don't know how, but there's something we need to think more about is that email ID is already there. Okay. Emails can be one way to connect in form of text or any normal, video. I mean, video form is a bit tough to host, but the models are same. So what I'm trying to say is that in Web 2.0, email was the key. In Web 3.0, they're saying that these what do you call it, decentralized, the networks to host your website. That will be the key where you own that video. Now, what I realized is Elon Musk. You know what he did with Twitter? He said, guys, your followers, when you move out of Twitter, you can take your followers with you. Now I have to explore what he's done with that, how he's doing it. But this creates a new chain of things happening because I think if Twitter goes on Web 3.0, then if a new platform comes on Web 3.0, it'll start flowing. Now Twitter will become the main centerpiece where this can start happening. This is why it got tricky because Elon Musk has email IDs with Twitter. He also has Web 3.0 now. He's sitting in the bridge right now. It will be very interesting to watch that space of how he does that and if we can replicate something or do something of the sort. Because that is where the magic is happening, I believe. So yeah, that's I think the three main parts which I have in mind. Over to you.
Now I'm just trying to think of the part where you said Elon Musk said you can move your followers, because right now what's happening is a lot of people who's getting their social media banned, right? The only reason they're getting mind fucked about it is because they can't take their followers anywhere, all that hard earned followers. But now, like you said, if he actually came up with a method where they can move their followers, that's a fucking game changer, bro. It's like Elon is playing a different level game, huh?
Yeah, that's why I showed you like two sides. One is the email part, other one is the web two, web three, and then you sit in the middle is Elon Musk, who's saying, you know what? take your audience. We don't. If you don't like us, then you go somewhere else, and we are fine with it. You can take your people. It's fine. So he's playing
It's
that
not
game.
bad at all. Not bad at all. Because, I mean, that's a good thing, right? Because now, like you said, this whole event was about how Brian Rose got censored and how did he stand up against the establishment and blah, 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 all that stuff. But the main reason why Shiv and I went for this networking event was one, to see how different are we when it comes to meeting the elites and talking about it. Because right now, in all the episodes, we've spoken about it, right? But now, okay, we have to put it into action. Did we do justice to what we say we can do, right? That was one for me to test myself out. Number two was to see how can Brian Rose remember me. So my whole point was, okay, it doesn't matter if you're meeting Joe Rogan, Dana White, Brian Rose. The whole point is, how are they going to remember you as? Okay, I can, just to give you a sneak peek, Brian Rose knows me at least right now, right? And he knows Shiv as well. But at least like he knows who we are and he will remember us forever. I'll tell you how. So that is one. But yeah, the main point is, how did we do that? How did I make sure that Brian Rose becomes a contact of mine? Rather than just a guy who I just met in an event, how would he become a contact of mine? Someone who I can use in my network, right? And two was, how did I react when I met certain A-listers? What did I do? What I didn't do? Right? What I could have done? Because it's been a long time since I've been to a lot of networking events, but I've never been to a networking event where I have to make an A-lister part of my network without actually being in that level. Because like Alex Hormozy said it best. I'm in the kind of phase right now. I would say not just me. Shiv and I are both in the phase right now where we cannot share the wavelength with a lot of different people, because one, we are putting out content right now which a lot of people not resonate with, a lot of people don't resonate with, and two, we are in a phase where, you know, we're not in their elite circle as well. We've not made that much money where we can be part of that circle, but at the same time, it's not like we're not making any money that we can be part of the circle below. We are in between right now, so we cannot connect with them, we cannot connect with the people below us, right? We are on that journey right now. So we have to still maintain that balance to make sure that these guys still be part of our network, even though we don't have as much money as we have. As much money as they have, right? That was part of the second one. And the third one he said was the experience that they have, the kind of age bar, right? So right now, if they meet someone in my age, let's say a 25, 26, she was a 26, 27-year old, they'll be like, okay, this guy's still young, because we've crossed so much hurdles, we've seen so much stuff. So when they talk to us, they still look at us like a kid, especially from an A-lister's point of view. So how are we going to go through all these challenges and still make him part of the network? So that was an interesting challenge that I took on to, go. That was one. And apart from all that, it was just the whole gist of it. So let me just walk you guys through exactly how it happened, right? So uh, I was just going to tell Shiv and the audience as well. We watched this video from this guy called Sean Puri, my first million podcast. So he was just talking about how you can become the right person to become a millionaire, right? So one of the first things he said was you have to invest money in yourself, and he said how that's happening as well. Like you're putting your money on events which brings you closer to the people who think like you, who you want to be like, and stuff like that, right? So when this event came by, without even watching this video, I just told Shiv, I think we should put money in this video and go. And she was like, why? I said, there's something in this event, Brian Rose is coming to Dubai, and I feel like this event might be something that shows us the other side of things, or what we can do, or it's just like a test for ourselves. Why not? Let's just go and try networking with him. He said, okay, fine. And we spent some money there, but we did not care, because we spend money on all different kinds of bullshit. So why not spend it on making ourselves better? So that was the first thing that happened. So we put money there, and then we got an email which said you have to dress up formal. So now, when I said dress up formal, I told Shiv, you go in the best of the best. We're going to wear a three-piece suit with a tie and everything and go there. Because we know for a fact everyone else is going to be dressed formal as well. But no one's going to put that effort and actually dress up well. So I said, let's do that. Let's look at the best version of ourselves. So that's something we did as well. And when we went inside the whole, it happened in a movie theater because it was a premiere, right? So it happened in a movie theater. We walked in, and it's like we walked in and we were just talking with some random people we met in the elevator, so that was nice. But when we were talking to them, I felt a tap behind my shoulder. And I was like, who the fuck's tapping me in the back? And I turned back, it was Brian Rose, and I was like, holy shit. The first thing I saw was this guy was humble. He was so humble. It's like if Joe Rogan was walking in front of you, or if let's say you meet someone that you always wanted to meet in your life, they seem like normal human beings. Like you see them in the movies, you see them, and they always put them in a pedestal because you think, holy shit, these guys. It's like watching Ronaldo play, and this is a fucking legend, right? You can never be close to this legend. Now imagine this guy just coming up to you going, Vignesh, what's up, my man? Thanks for coming here. How was everything? And he's being that humble. You would never feel that he's in that pedestal. He just seems like a normal human being. So that is another aspect I got from that event. So I was like, shit, when I see this guy through YouTube, I used to be in the gym alone from 5 to 6. Like I used to be literally alone in the gym. And I used to look at his content. I'm like, how, man? I literally grew up in his content. And I'm watching him, and he's being so humble. I'm like, holy shit. It was a different kind of experience. So that was one. And two, he literally commented on our dresses, like on our suit. What am I saying? Dresses, sorry. I commented on our suit, right? So he was like, "Oh, looking sharp." He spoke to Shivang as well. He's like, "Looking sharp. You guys are wearing, three-piece and all that. How's everything going? Thanks for coming." And we just had a normal conversation with him. But like Shiv said, the one thing we should have done is just taken our phones out and taken a video saying, can we just ask you a couple of questions for, me and my audience. Now, I'm not used to doing that because for me, I felt weird taking my phone out and just going and taking in front of him and be like, "Hey guys, it's Brian Rose. I'm just gonna ask a question." I felt very weird because I wanted this to be between me and him. I wanted Brian to be like, "Okay, I'm bonding with Vignesh here, right?" And I want him to be like, "I'm bonding with Shivang." I don't want him to think, "Okay, I'm bonding." It shouldn't be like these guys are just coming to me and using me, which is something he wants as well. I'm not saying no. But for me, in my mind, I felt that I don't want to be one of those guys. I want to be one of those guys who he thinks, this guy was genuine. Like he didn't give a fuck about anything. He just wanted. He was there for himself, and the way he bonded with me was something else. So that was there as well. And the third thing is we got a gift for him. So that was an interesting thing. So when we paid money for this event and everything, I was telling Shiv, do you think we should buy a gift? And she was like, yeah, but us paying money for this event is a gift for him technically. And I started laughing. I was like, fuck, this guy's right though. Us paying money is a gift for him. But I was like, no. I had a feeling like, okay, I was like, if Shiv thinks this, everyone who's coming there is going to think the same thing as well, right? Us paying the money for this event is a gift for him, so fuck it, let's not get him anything. I said, no, you know what? It's a good thing Shiv told me that because now I know exactly what to do. So I just got him a gift. Shiv and I put some money, we got him a good, nice fucking incense, which smells beautiful, right? Got him that, and we went and gave it to him, and we said, okay. So in my mind, I said, okay, this is going to be a hook because what we did was um, we did not put a name there on the gift which says this is from Vignesh and Shiv from Make It in Dubai, right? We didn't put that name there. But I said, okay, us not putting that name there, let's use that as a hook. Because I said, now, every time I can go talk to him, I have a reason to talk to him. I can tell him, by the way, listen, I didn't put my name there in the gift, so I want to make sure that you've taken it. I said that the first time, right? And he said, oh, thank you so much, guys. No one gave it to me. So he was very happy about it. So he took it and he kept it there. Then we had very little conversation and we took some pictures and it was nice. Then we were in this whole premiere and everything about how he got censored and all that stuff. Now, in the podcast, when we were talking about, how can I say this? We were talking about the guy who owns the Bugatti. Since we're going to put this video out on different platforms, I can't even mention his name. I fucking hate it. But it is what it is, right? So the guy who owns the Bugatti, right? We mentioned his name on a couple of our posts and it got taken down on TikTok. And it surprised me because I was like, holy shit, I've heard about it, I've seen it, but this happening to you, like, holy fuck, man. And we're small time creators, right? Imagine people who are on a huge level. So, yeah, fighting against all this is a luxury, which even he realizes. But I was like, okay, that's something that happened to us. So, because initially, the reason why I'm telling you this is because the questions you were supposed to ask Brian was on the lines of what is the kind of right mindset you need to become part of the elite? What do you want to do to become a millionaire? What do you want to do to become a billionaire? That's the kind of questions you're going for. And of course, he's met so many different influencers and content creators and elites. We want to ask him, accumulating all that experience, what can you give us best? But then I realized, no, that I read the room and I said, no, that's not the thing, right? And I saw everyone was asking questions on different stuff. I said, okay, you know what? I need to ask a question. I need to stand out because I've put my money on the event. I want Brian Rose to just look at me and go like, okay, this guy actually came in with a gift. I know who he is. And thirdly, he asked me a good question. So I said, I have to do it. If I don't ask a question, I'll just be one of those guys who just came in, for the fuck of it. But no. So I got up and I asked him. I was like, hey man, what's up? This is Vignesh from Make It in Dubai. Hope you remember me. And I was telling everybody I might be one of the youngest here. And let's see if I can put that video out there. Shiv and I will see how we can condense and put that video out. But yeah, so basically I asked him a couple of questions, and I think that was the longest answer he gave, right, Shiv? I think he spoke the longest for my question. I think he spoke for like,
Hmm.
what, 8 minutes? When I asked him a question, I was like, holy shit. I shouldn't have asked him that, because I thought if he answers it in a minute or two, we can put it as a post. When I put it in 8 minutes, I was like, yeah, fuck. But the good thing is, at least we asked him a question which made him passionate, and he answered it well. So that was a connection, right? That was beautiful. And there was like 300 people, and just 4 or 5 people asked questions, right? And I was one of them. So when that got done, I was like, okay, fine. And everyone else was leaving. And now one of the other things which I saw was Sadia Khan. Now, if you guys don't know who Sadia Khan is, go Google it. She's one of those people who come and tell you what women are like, what happens in a relationship. She's a psychologist and more of a relationship advisor. So it was nice to see her as well. So she was a celebrity who I saw, and I was like, holy shit, I want to have a conversation with Sadia. But how am I going to make it? What am I going to go tell her? Oh, yeah, I'm a huge fan or not? Should I go talk to her? Should I not? What kind of value? There's so many questions that I started asking to myself. I said, you know what? This is not the right time for me to go talk to her, because in her industry of expertise, which is relationship and wives and girlfriends and all that, I was like, I have no girlfriend, I have no wife, I have no kid. What am I going to go tell her? So I was like, let's not
Well,
talk to her now.
indirectly pitching as singlehood so someone can message you. Yeah, I see what you're
Yeah, if
doing.
you guys are watching, you like me, you like Shiv, you guys know where to hit us. I don't even laugh that much. But yeah, the whole point was we spoke to, like, I did not speak to her, but she was walking across, and I was like, okay, I have to make a funny remark, which makes her laugh. So there was two couple of seats which said reserved, and she came in and she wanted to sit next to us, but it was reserved, and she was like, oh, it says reserved. I looked at her, I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna say it. I was like, oh, I thought it was reserved for you because you're one of the elites here, right? I thought it was reserved for you. She's like, oh, no, 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 I'm not that big, man. I'm not that big yet. And I was like, really? I don't think so, though. And she started laughing. I started laughing as well. But at least I was like, okay, I said something. I made her laugh. So that was a good point for me. But I would have loved if I can, actually get rid of my network. But yeah, these guys are still making it big as well. So they don't get into your network unless you have something to offer. So it became a bit transactional, which I understood that as well. That's why I understood the whole Alex Ormozzi's thought process of it. Like, I cannot be part of her network. She cannot be part of my network, because we cannot actually make use of each other. But at the same time, I was like, okay, fine. You know what? This is an experience, because now we know the bridge that we have to cross to become part of that network. So that was a good experience there as well. So once we left, I was telling Shiv, let's talk to Brian one more time. She was like, really? I was like, yeah, let's talk to him and tell him it was a good event. It was awesome. Thank you so much, and all that stuff. So we went back in, and the kind of humbleness this guy had, like, if you guys don't understand when I say humbleness, because if you guys are ardent like listeners of podcasts and you know him, then you'll understand when I mean, like, this guy's humble. He just came in. It felt like I was talking to Shiv when I was talking to him. That is how calm and nice he was. So when you're waiting for it, we saw something. He finished everything. He got up, and he was coming. There were a lot of people cleaning the chairs and cleaning the popcorn and stuff. And he was like, guys, listen, I just want to say thank you so much for your contribution here. You guys are making this happen for us well. Thank you so much. I'm really proud of you guys. And everyone else got happy. Now, the thing is, there are two kinds of, like lens you can look at it from. One is, okay, for a fact he's doing it for the fuck of it. Just he knows that this is the right thing to do for people to come and, appreciate who I am. Or two, he's genuinely doing it. Now, doesn't matter what it is, because at the end of the day, if someone is actually getting a success and value out of people, that means they've given value. So it doesn't matter what it is, he's given it, which is why he's reaping the rewards of success. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. He can fake it, or he's doing it genuinely. It's making other people happy, and it makes them respect him. That creates value for him as a product. Like Shiv said, he himself is a product. He himself is a brand. So any single fucking action he does improves him. So I saw all that. I was like, holy shit. There are things which I think if I do, it might sound cheesy, or it might sound too nice, or people might think I'm fake. But I said, fuck it. That is who I am. I'm just gonna do it, because I used to like say a lot of different stuff or act a different way. Where even she was told me, well, people, if people don't know who you are, they're gonna look at you like some big fat phony. Like, they're gonna think you're a fucking fake ass guy. And I was like, yeah, it is what it is, right? This is who I am. But at the end of the day, I realized, because that gave me a validation that, okay, I'm on the right path. So that was a good thing to see as well. And before we left, we just told Brian, we're like, Brian, by the way, don't forget the gift, yeah. So he was like, yeah, sure, I'll make sure I don't forget the gift. That was the second time we told him that. Then we left and everything, and it was a good experience. We was telling Shiva as well, and then I was like, we were one of those people who were actually properly dressed for the event, and we saw a lot of different people coming in, and we realized, okay, now we know what we need to do. We've taken the notes. We know exactly what kind of attitude we need to have, mindset we need to have. and the kind of purpose in life, because these guys have a purpose which is larger than life for them, right? All this stuff, Shiv and I, we actually analyzed in an event. I'll tell you why we are emphasizing on the point of analyzing this in the event, because after all this happened, right? They put the pictures of the event and everything, and then Brian Rose actually reposted everyone who tagged him on a story. So I was saying, well, that's a good sign as well. Like I said, he does everything right to promote himself. Now the thing is, when he did that, it gave me access for me to text him on Instagram. So it showed me that he was in the airport or something. This was like 2 days later after the event. I just texted him saying, by the way, hopefully you took the gift. This is the third time I used it. So now I was like, holy shit. One hook, which is the gift. I've used it 3 fucking different times, but it's not overused it. People will not think that, okay, this guy's using this to get to me. No, it was such in a genuine way. Like the first time I met him, gift. Second time before leaving, his reminder. Third, when he was in the airport. And when I said that, he was like, yeah, I so opened the gift. I love the incense. I love the smell. Beautiful. Thank you so much for coming. And that's it. Now there's history of conversation. And now since there's history of conversation, anytime I make a conversation with him, he'll know who the fuck I am. He'll be like, oh, this guy is a gift guy. Doesn't fucking matter. At least he remembers the face, he remembers the name, he remembers who I am. Out of all the fucking people he's meeting, like fucking Joe Rogan, Priyanka Chopra, everyone else, he's just gonna be like, shit, I remember Vignesh as well. So that was like a fucking, like, yeah, moment, but it was fucking nice. So
He
the
won't
reason why I
remember
said all that
exactly
is
though.
because,
He
what?
won't exactly remember your name, but it's more like you got a hook now to use it whenever he actually
He
creates that
doesn't, okay,
part.
like you said, yeah, he might not remember my name, but he'll know who I am. And the name doesn't matter when the person knows who you are.
Yes, yes.
It's a problem if the person remembers the name, but they don't know who you are.
Yeah,
So, yeah, at the end of the day, at least he'll remember our faces, which is more than enough, right?
yeah.
And yeah, that was one. And that the whole accumulation of that event just told Shiv and I that we're on the right path. Yeah, like Shiv said, we could have put ourselves a bit more there by taking a bit more videographs and stuff like that, but that is the experience we got from this. Okay, the next time we go, we know exactly what to do. When we have to mingle with elites who are not in the same level as us, we're not on the same level as them, but there are certain hook points which you can always use. Like, you treating them nice, you gifting them, or you asking them a question in terms of them mentoring you. Because now, again, going back to the video of Shan Puri, right? He said a lot of beautiful points. I recommend you guys actually see it because it'll make you guys a different person. Trust me. If you guys want to become a millionaire, watch this video. I know Shiv says it doesn't mind fuck him as much, but it mind fucked me so much because everyone asks you to become a millionaire, but this guy shows you how you can become a millionaire, and I fucking loved it. And the best part was everything we are doing right now, just putting out content of what we are experiencing, condensing it, making sure you guys love it, meeting people, gifting them, putting money on ourselves. Every single thing that Shiv and I are doing right now is what he told in the video as well. So that was amazing to see that we are doing the right thing to reach that. So hopefully, people who are following us now, one day when we make it, it's not if. I'm sure that we will make it. So when we make it, we can look back to these days and be like, "Fuck, these guys actually made it." So that's going to be a nice experience to see. What do you
Beautiful.
think, Shiv?
I think even with the mouth hurting, you spoke so much. So I think
Yeah, I'm fucked after this, by the way, guys. If I am done after this, I'm gonna switch out the video, scream a little bit because this whole part is like numb, and I'm gonna take some painkillers and try sleeping. But yeah, so that was something which we learned from the event, and
yeah.
that video helped us a lot as well to show that we're on the right path. And hopefully, you guys get some content from this and get some content from the video as well. And always, stay tuned to us because the more we make, the more you guys make. That's what I understood. And I love putting out value. And like I said, we might not be there yet, but when we definitely go there, at least we have these lessons. These lessons are like your staircases, one by one. So you guys can always refer back to this and you can always look back at this as well. Yeah?
And this video, I think, especially, it's more like consider it like you're sitting on top of a shoulder and looking at how the event went through. So it's actually very helpful and to understand what happened, so you can absorb a lot of things we got done over here, and you can save those, I don't know, some 1,000 2,000 dirhams or whatever you spend, and on top of that, there's so many insights to maximize more. So that's the whole
That's what
point.
I just realized that we just gave you a free insight on the event we spent money in, but doesn't matter because that's
Yeah.
all. The only thing that matters is as long as you guys actually get help from this, like Shiv said, like just imagine you're sitting on our shoulder and we're just taking you to the next level. Because I'll be honest here, the more value I create for you guys, the more value I get from you guys. So it's not. I'm not doing this with any other alternative. My only goal here is to create value for you guys. right? Because it makes me better, it makes Shift better, because now we know that we both are held accountable to give you out smart ideas, to give out ideas that work, to give out ideas that works for you guys. So it makes us better, it makes Shift better as well. So yeah, at the end of the day, we
Yeah,
all win.
it's a
Yeah,
win-win
Shift.
scenario.
Perfect, guys.
Perfect.
Just want to say thank you. See you on episode 15. Peace out.
See you.